Hey Kathy, this is Sarah from The Joyful Entrepreneur and Flourish. And I'm critiquing your shop and I'm super excited to look at all the things that you make. I'm really excited kind of on a personal level because I've been looking for a wreath myself. So this will be cool to go through and see everything that you offer. This looks like we're coming upon your season. So that's kind of exciting. You probably have been working your tail off getting stuff ready so that you will be prepared for the holiday season. So let's go ahead and get started. Now I'm going to explain this I'm going to talk for a minute before we kind of go through your shop. Basically, I want you to get in the mindset of being a store owner. Now you might say, well, of course, I already do that. But what I mean, oh, hang on a second. My son's coming into the room. Let me pause. Oh my goodness. Sorry about that. Okay. I want you to get in the mindset of a store owner. Okay. And so I know you know what you do and you know, hey, I am a shop owner. I have a shop on Etsy. I don't know if you have a physical store, or if you have maybe a space at a physical store, but I want you to think about yourself as a shop owner, as a store owner. Now, when you do that, a lot of things tend to shift in your mind. So it's super important when we talk about e-commerce and, trying to sell and grow a business online. The main problem and where people tend to get stuck is they don't think of themselves as a bona fide business or as a store owner. They think, oh, well, I'm crafty. I make these really cool things. I sell locally or to family and friends, and people love them, and they suggested I sell online. And so you find Etsy, you throw your stuff up there and, just wait for sales to come in. And that's the problem. If you look at the Etsy shops that are, for the most part, the most successful on Etsy, they treat their Etsy shop as a business, as a real business. So what I want you to do is think of your shop as a physical shop. So if I were to say to you, Kathy, I'm going to give you $100,000. I want you to go find a retail shopping space, a building, right, or a storefront. I want you to get it ready to have a grand opening, and I want you to stock it with product, and I am going to bring a bunch of customers in 3 months from now. So you have 3 months to get ready, let's say. Now, what would you do? Well, you'd go find space, right? You'd go find a storefront, or you'd find a building that you love. Then what would you do? Well, you would think, I need a sign, right? I need to put a sign above the door. I need people to know that I'm open for business. I need people to know what they can expect to find in my shop so that they stop and park in my parking lot and come out and come into my shop. You would maybe perhaps look into window displays, mannequins. Maybe you'd look into vinyl decals that go on the window, or pricing or signage. You'd probably paint the inside of your shop. You'd probably think about what music you're going to play in the shop. Maybe you'd buy fixtures or displays, and you would have to buy tags and tag your stuff. You might have to hire help to work the cash register, and you may want to think about what kind of uniforms you want them to wear. That is exactly what I want you to do when it comes to your Etsy shop. This is your storefront. Just because it's virtual doesn't mean it's any less important. I know shop owners that make way more money on their online shops than they do from their physical shops. In fact, being an online business is fantastic because you don't have to just wait for a local market. You can sell globally to the world. So if you think about that, why then would you set up a shop as if you were at a flea market or a garage sale? Okay, so like right here, this is the banner. This is a very, very important part of your shop. This is where you you can sell your brand. This is the section where you tell people, this is who I am. This is where you are. This is what you can expect to find here, and welcome. Okay, so this space is so important. It's uber important. It's really, your brand is really the foundation that your business is built on. You really can't do anything else without having a brand. And you may say, well, I'm not real sure what a brand is. A lot of people think branding, like a logo, that's brand. That's not really what brand is. Brand is something that's more intangible. It's what you're about, what your business is about, why you do what you do, what you want to provide to your customer, what message is out there about your company, about your business. So you may say, well, I don't know. I just want to make pretty things and then sell them and have people, enjoy them. Well, that's something. Start with that and then kind of, grow with that. So Catfish Creations, that's your business's name. So you want to come up with a design, either a logo or maybe have a particular font set that you like. And then you have a tagline. Now it looks here like it's handmade premium wreaths for every occasion. So what you would want here, I want you to think of this banner as like the sign above the door if you were to have a physical store. So you don't go to Pier 1 and see Pier 1's products on the sign above their store. You don't see that from Home Goods or World Market, Bed Bath & Beyond. You don't see any of that, right? It's just their name and maybe their name and a slogan or a tagline. That their name is in some font that is exclusive to them. I mean, think of Disney, think of Starbucks, think of Target. Their logo, their branding is recognizable worldwide. There's no reason why you can't have that as well. There's no reason why you can't be the #1 wreath seller in all the land. I know that sounds a little extravagant, but it's the truth. Every business started somewhere. So you need to create your brand, get a logo done, figure out what colors you want in your store, so to speak. Figure out what fonts look good or feel good to you and would attract your target audience. Now, talking about a target audience, if you don't know who your target audience is, it's going to be real hard for you to get a brand going because you're not going to know who to speak to. So I want you to think about who your target audience is first. What types of people buy your products? What types of people would shop from your Etsy shop? What colors might they like? What fonts might they like? What design might they like? So if you can design it yourself, you can go to Canva and you can create a banner and even a logo. You can play around with fonts yourself. If you would like, if that's not really your strong suit, then you can go to a graphic designer and you can have a graphic designer do that. Now, I, of course, recommend the Flourish graphic designers. There's graphic designers that fit every budget, from Amanda Johnson, who's kind of on the more affordable end, up to Jen Rogers, who's done my branding and has 30 years experience behind her. But again, it still only cost you a few $100, even at that level, to have your banner done, your logo created, your shop icon done, even your social media pages. And let's talk about that for a second, because your social media, like your Facebook, your Instagram, your Pinterest, whatever, that all needs to be consistent. So the same logos, fonts, colors, graphics, whatever that is, showcasing your brand on Etsy also needs to showcase it on your social media, also needs to showcase it on your website if you have one, also needs to be on your business cards or any of your marketing materials or promotional materials that you might have at a craft fair. It all needs to be consistent. You want to build your brand up so people get to know who you are. They recognize your name, they recognize your logo, they share it with other people, they talk about it. This is how you build a business, okay? Uber important for you to do that. So once you get that done, then your logo can go here, or maybe some kind of part of the design of your banner can go here so that it's nice and consistent. Now I'm going to show you real quick. Now this person does not, this is Gail Schmidt. She is in Flourish with You. I love using her shop as an example because she does a really good job and did a really good job building her brand up. So you see her banner here, Shabby Cottage Adorn. Now this is jewelry, so totally opposite of what you do. But yeah, there's this beautiful design, and it definitely gives you this shabby chic feel. You have the roses, the flowers here that she carries down here in her shop icon. A nice font here with a little tagline here. And then if you notice and you go down through her shop, you still have that same feeling, right? And again, if she had a little jewelry shop somewhere, imagine maybe she has something in maybe a garden, someplace next to some gardens or something, and there's this little white kind of distressed shabby cottage off the road maybe, and you walk into our store and you're gonna see hints of this light turquoise and maybe some rose color and some creams. It's going to have a very romantic Victorian feel. It might smell a bit like Chanel, and it might have some nice music playing on the radio. So this is what you want to create. And don't look at it and say, oh, I don't know how I'm going to do that, with my stuff. Just take things piece by piece by piece. Now let's go back to your shop. Hang on a second. So now you saw kind of in Gail's shop that she had kind of this theme going, right? It's kind of a shabby chic theme, right? Because the style of her jewelry, she has a certain target audience, somebody that would wear that, right? And those are things that would be attractive to them. So, you're going to think about, what kind of theme do you want in your shop? What would be attractive? Is maybe a more rustic theme something that would be attractive? Maybe something more polished, like maybe wreaths would be hung in homes that are, 200,000 and above, or maybe they would be on something that's maybe more rural. I mean, you have to decide what that is and then have your branding and your photos and everything kind of shaped around that. Okay. I like this picture here. This is great. It would be great if you had just a nice single picture of yourself with a big smile that you could see. It's cool having a picture of you with your family, but that would be more appropriate really for your about section. I want you to think of this spot here as if somebody were to walk in the door to a physical store, the employee that would welcome them into the store, that would be you, right? I mean, if you had a shop and someone came in, you'd be like, hi, welcome to my shop. I'm Kathy. Let me know if there's anything I can do for you. This is what you want to showcase right here, a picture of you. Let them get to know you. Let them get familiar with you because you are the maker. This is what makes Etsy so different. This is why people shop from Etsy, because it is handmade. They're getting something from an actual individual, the maker, and they're supporting small business. They're supporting that person, and that makes them feel good. So taking that away from them is actually a negative on Etsy, where a lot of people tend to not put their picture, or they put, they're more introverted. They don't want to be, kind of front and center. But you really want to do that when it comes to an Etsy shop. Okay, let's see. All right, this line right here is where you have handmade premium wreaths for every occasion. Sounds like it's your tagline, and if you want to have that, you can have that up here in the banner under your name. I want you to focus on keywords in this section, and only because this is a line that Google uses to determine where to rank you. So, saying, handmade wreaths, space-space, Christmas wreaths, door decor, whatever your strong keywords are, you want to put here. And just use the space in between the words. All right, these are your featured sections, and you want to have anything seasonal in these spots, anything coming up for the next 2 months. And it looks like you're doing that. You got Halloween, fall, and Christmas. Now, if it were me, I would definitely rearrange these so that Halloween was on the left, fall in the middle, and Christmas on the right. And maybe that isn't Christmas. It looks like Christmas because it's red and green, but now I see a rooster, so maybe that isn't Christmas. But that's what I would do. I would put your Halloween here, maybe your fall, and then maybe your Christmas here. And it's perfect. Obviously, again, it's your season. But then maybe after Christmas, maybe you could do something more formal. Maybe you could do like a wedding wreath. Do you make a wedding wreath? If not, that's a great idea. You could do maybe Easter and then maybe Valentine's or something. I don't know exactly what you do. I do see Easter here. Okay, right here where it says welcome to Catfish Creations, you can use this line to redirect people to your website, like, hey, visit our website and receive 10% off your first purchase here today, or something like that. You have to be careful. There is a gray area. You don't want to use Etsy to take their traffic and send them to your website. You want to definitely, if they come to your shop from Etsy, you want to sell them on Etsy, but there's no reason why you can't advertise your website and even create an incentive for them to get a coupon code that they can use in your Etsy shop, but still they would then see your website. You could even say something like, visit your website to join our email list and we'll send you a coupon code for your first Etsy purchase, or something like that. It's totally fine to do that. It is kind of a gray area, but this is your business and there's no reason why you can't take your customers that buy from you on Etsy and let them know that you also have your own website so that if they come back to you, they can visit you there. If you don't have a website and that's not something that's on your radar right now, you can use this spot to do any kind of promotions. I don't know if you run a Black Friday sale or a Cyber Monday sale, or maybe you want to offer free shipping sometime, or any kind of promotion, you can do that here. 32 items, that's not bad. I mean, for what you do, I would say that that's pretty good. I like to see shops that have, between 50 and 100 items. To me, I think customers take them a little bit more seriously. You may be an exception to that rule because of what you do. If you only create wreaths, then, I can't imagine you having 100 wreaths. Although I'm sure you could, I could see how that could be kind of a little bit of an overkill there. So, but the more items you have, the more tags that are out there, the more keywords that are out there. But that being said, you also don't want to fill your shop with fluff just to get the numbers up. I know a lot of successful shops that have 30 to 50 items in their shop, so that's okay. Oh my goodness. I have no idea. My mouse has a mind of its own today. Okay, this right here, these are your shop categories. These are very important for SEO, both on Etsy and in Google. So you want to make sure that these names are targeted. So Halloween what? You need to put Halloween wreaths. I would put Halloween wreaths. You could also say Halloween decor, Christmas wreaths or Christmas decor, fall wreaths or fall decor, because right now these are so general that you're going to get lost. These aren't benefiting you right now. So definitely make these a little bit more targeted. Now, that being said, do you see how choppy this is here? You want these to be in order from the smallest word, which looks like fall, to the longest, which looks like Day of the Dead. Now, when you put in your wreath words or whatever here, obviously that will change a little bit, but you definitely want the smallest to the longest. So it looks like a nice, clean, and let me go back to Gail's shop and just kind of show you. Pretty sure she has hers like that. Yeah, she doesn't have many though. But do you see how much better that looks together versus if it was real choppy? Wasn't a great example because she doesn't have a whole lot of categories. Okay, So, and the reason why you want to do that, it helps with page flow. Page flow is a term used to describe how easy the customer's experience is in your shop, how easy it is on the eyes. You want stuff that's not distracting, that's not too busy. You don't want to cause any kind of confusion, because in seconds, unlike a physical store, if somebody's uncomfortable in your shop, in seconds they can be in your competitor's shop. Okay, so a physical store, obviously, you know, if there's something that doesn't feel right or feels a little off in the store, they're not likely to leave, right? They'll probably still continue to look through the store to see if there's anything that they need, you know, versus just leaving, getting their car, drive to another store, getting out and going in. But online, you know, really within a click, I can click any of these and get right to what I want to see, or I can search it. So it's important that your shop looks amazing and that it's attractive and it feels good and it's cozy and it's, you know, it answers all their questions, and, you know, they want to stay and shop around for a while. That's what you want. We're going to skip the main part of your shop. We're going to go down to your About section. Okay, you're missing a big part of your About section. So in the About page, there are two sections to it. One is a slideshow of photos. It's 5 slides that you can put photos in. You can also put a video if you'd like, and I highly recommend that. But not a lot of people have that ready. But you do want to have at least the 5 photos in there. And these should be photos not of your product. I don't want to see any product pictures in your About section. This is about you. It's about your business. I want you to sell people on who Kathy is here. Why do you do what you do? Why are you passionate about it? What inspires you? Showcase maybe a picture of you with your family. Maybe show a picture of you working in your own space. That might be your dining room table, and that's totally fine. This is where you actually add value to what you do. I can go to any Michaels, Hobby Lobby, Bed Bath and Body, or Bed Bath and Beyond, sorry, most home goods, and get wreaths. Really, I can, right? And probably for a lot cheaper than I'm going to get them from you. So why am I here? Why am I looking on your page? Why am I on Etsy? Why did I even come here? Because obviously I'm looking for something that's not mainstream. Obviously I'm looking for something that's a little better quality than what I can find in a Michaels or a Hobby Lobby. And perhaps I want to support a small business, or I want to support a handmade seller, a maker, right? I want to get something that my neighbors aren't going to have, you know, 4 or 5 different houses having the same wreath. So this is really an important section of your shop. And a lot of sellers, they think, you know, nobody goes there. I don't need to do it. It doesn't really matter. I don't want to put my time there. But they miss that, because people will appreciate your product more when they know the story. When they get it in the mail and they see or have seen the space that you work in. You know, like, oh my gosh, this woman with her, you know, was working on my wreath with her hands in her home with her family. Maybe she's sitting at the dining room table putting this wreath together, or maybe she's in the garage, or maybe she's down in the basement. Maybe she's in her studio. Maybe she's in a craft room, you know, while her husband's watching TV, or her son's out doing this. I mean, that makes it so worth so much more. And not just that, but they appreciate. You know, we live kind of in a disposable society, and people appreciate handmade so much more than store-bought things. It's just, you know, you treasure it a little bit more. And it's not because you might have paid a little bit more. It's just, it's something more special. It's not mass-produced. So you need to show that. Show your processes. Show the materials and the tools that you use. Show your hands actually, you know, applying the bows, or creating, wrapping the fabric around the wreaths. Whatever it is, show that. That's a huge sales point. Okay? Here you have Facebook and Pinterest, which is awesome. Instagram, if you have it, should go here. Although I don't think your target market's really on Instagram. I would say Pinterest is where you should focus, as well as Facebook. These are two very good avenues for your specific product. But if you do have an Instagram, make sure you're listed here. And again, if you have a website or a blog, list it here, because this is where the only place on your Etsy shop where it's actually clickable, where people can actually go and click to your website. Okay? All right, let's talk about pricing. Your pricing is all kinds of wonky, okay? It's really weird, and I guarantee you that's affecting your sales. You're in Alaska, which means you're in the U.S. Well, you're part of the U.S. So you know, you're pricing in dollars, but the pricing is all kind of funny. So what you want to do is you want to price in the way that we teach in Flourish, which is the psychological pricing structure. And what it is there's been, you know, hundreds, if not thousands of studies done on what encourages buyers to buy, whether it's online or in store. And more buyers purchase things that end in 99 or end in 95, right? Now, that being said, there's certain price increments that they clicked on more than others. And there's also a certain pricing structure depending on if you are over $100 or under. So what I'd like you to do, if you want to use the 99 or the 95 cent price point, that's totally fine. Over $100, you can do that, because you do have some things that are maybe a bit less than $100. But really the rules kind of that we teach are anything over, I'm assuming you don't sell anything really under $20, so I won't need to go over that with you. No. Look, let me just really quick look at all your stuff. I should probably have done that first. Okay. So all of your things are pretty much over $50. So really it goes, we prefer to price in $5 increments. So $19.99, $24.99, $29.99, $34.99, $39.99, so on and so forth. Anything over $50, I really prefer it in $10 increments. That'd be $49.99, $59.99, $69.99, $79.99, $89.99, $99.99. Then when you go over 100, that 9 at the end on the cents moves to the left of the decimal point. So now instead of it being cents on the end, it's just 9 or a 5 to the left of the decimal point. So 129, 139, 149, 169, you know, 189. So I really think now, and this could be, why does it do that? So weird. So this should be like 139. Now again, if you want to use the cents, it's totally fine. But some people don't like to use that over 100 because it really doesn't matter. When you're over 100, you're in a different buyer, you know, that are purchasing things at a price point over, you know, $100. So they don't really, that won't affect them much. They're looking at this, and the same effect that you have in the 99 cents or 95 cents on items that are under 100. It still works here. So this could be 139. This needs to be either 139 or 149. This just needs to be 129 or 139, depending. Also, I would encourage you not to have all kinds of different prices all over the place, because in your mind, you might understand why this is 129 and this is 149 and this is 159. Like, to you, you may know exactly why they vary in prices, but to the customer, what's the difference? Like, they look the same, different colors, a little different things. Do you know what I mean? So I would try to have 3 price points if possible. I might have like a budget price point, $99.99, just under $100 for those that are not quite ready to invest more than that. So I would probably have a budget line, $99.99, then maybe have a mid line, $129.99, then maybe a high line, $159.99. That's probably what I would do. And so you might, you know, have to drop some prices on some, and then raise prices on others, so it should kind of wash out. But that's what I would recommend as far as your pricing goes. Now let's talk about your pictures. I understand that 1, what you make is very hard to photograph. 2, you have a lot going on with these wreaths, which are awesome, and I know people love them. But it makes it hard to photograph. So let's kind of look real quick. And I know I'm already at 30 minutes. I try my best to keep these between 15 and 20 minutes, and I never succeed because I want you to get all the information. All right, this picture is awesome. Now, I'm not a big fan of dark backgrounds, but they have enough light on it. It's clean. You can see what it is. It may even be a mock-up, but this is a great picture. It looks professional. This picture, as cool as this is, I like that. The background is way too busy. It way overpowers the item. Doesn't work. This isn't a bad lifestyle pic, but it shouldn't be used for the thumbnail. This would actually be okay if this was centered and there was more light on this. This is actually preferred for you to have a nice clean background, something light. It doesn't have to be bright white, but something light that doesn't compete. You already have a lot going on, like I said, with your wreaths. You want a background that just kind of stays in the back. You don't want to have any kind of competition with that. I think that you need your buyer's eyes to be on the different pieces of the wreath, and they can't do that if it's on a wood or a fence or something like that. Now, you might say, well, that's the only place I can take a picture of my wreaths. Well, then I would recommend perhaps getting a pegboard and having it on your fence area, or maybe getting a photo backdrop. I recommend Ink and Elm. They're on Etsy, Ink and Elm. And finding something that has a light background that you can put your wreaths on. And what I honestly think that you should do, that's probably the best way for you to get good lighting and to stage it properly, would be to lay out a background on the ground somewhere that gets nice natural lighting. Not direct sunlight, but a nice soft natural lighting. Put a background down, put your wreath down, and then get on a ladder and hang over the top safely with your camera and take the photo of it looking down. Now on the photo, it's going to look like it's hung up on a wall, but really you're over top of the item. That's usually what I recommend for large, oversized things to take photos of. So that's what you want to do. Let me just real quick take you to Ink and Elm so I can show you. And again, this is going to matter. What background you choose should also go with the branding that you choose. So depending on the colors that you use and the feeling that you use. I'm very partial. Did I not do it? Oh boy. It's like, what is that? We also get a Flourish discount. You have to look in our swag section to see what the Flourish discount is, but I know it's a little bit more than this, but that will help also. And they're not that expensive. I mean, if you get a huge one, but like, look, 3 feet by 2 feet, $17.95. So I don't know how big your wreaths are. You might need a little bit bigger than that. But look, this is beautiful here, this color. This is beautiful here. You probably don't want a color, though, that would compete with some of your colors. Like if you had a lime green and cranberry wreath, you probably wouldn't want to put it on this color background, right? So I would probably stay with something more neutral. I have a favorite in here. I'll show you. But the thing is, I show it to a lot of people, so it's possible that a lot of people will have it. But this is one of my favorites. And the reason why is because it still gives that kind of shabby chic look, but with the wood, but the wood slats, the lines are not highly visible. They kind of blend in, and I love that because then you don't have that distraction. I also like this, but that doesn't really go with wreaths, does it? So anyway, you can kind of look through here on your own. And again, you'd want something that goes well with your branding when you have that, at least an idea of what that would be. Okay, so, and I know you're thinking, oh my gosh, I don't want to take pictures, retake pictures of all my wreaths. But I'm just telling you, and it's not something you have to do overnight. It could be something that you do with all your new wreaths and just slowly but surely get some new ones in there. Also, don't watermark your pictures. Please don't do that. And I know a lot of people feel very strongly about watermarking their pictures, but I assure you, if somebody is going to steal your picture, they will either crop this out or honestly, within 30 seconds, a basic photo editing software could take that name right out. So if someone's going to steal your photos, they're going to steal it anyway. The problem with having watermarks is, one, it makes your pictures look busy. It's distracting, and most search engines that are out there, it's against their policies for you to have watermarks. They don't like it. Some of them won't even show you in search. So I would remove them. This is actually a pretty good photo right here. There's some nice light on this. It has a good feeling. You have a nice light background. It doesn't compete. So this is actually a pretty good photo here. I like that, and I actually like that wreath a lot. You know, my home is decorated with a lot of navy, so I know that's kind of hard to find in kind of holiday decor, but I have to see if you have anything with like navy. This is cute. I'm not super duper patriotic. I mean, I'm not patriotic, but I mean, I don't really decorate that way. See? Told you I was going to get distracted. Okay, so why don't we go ahead and look real quick. And I'm going to let's pick the fall one because we have some more time for that. Let's look at your SEO real quick. So you have fall wreath, hello fall wreath, autumn wreath, scarecrow wreath, pumpkin wreath, rustic fall decor, fall country decor, burlap. Okay, so some of those keywords are great. Some of them are kind of meh, you know. What you want to do with your title here, and this is, we're talking about optimization. You want to create a nice full title. Use all 144 characters. Now these are going to be filled with keywords, some a little general, some a little bit more targeted. And trying to find that balance is where people really, you know, they have to play around with it a little bit. Now I don't know what tool you use. I don't know, maybe you use Marmalade, which is a fantastic tool to use if you have an Etsy shop to do some keyword research. Maybe you use Etsy Rank. Maybe you use the Google Keyword Planner. Whatever works for you, that's great, as long as you're doing something to do keyword research. I personally love using the Etsy search bar. It works for me. It's what I did when I ran my shop. I love that it gives you the most current searches. I know some people think that's a negative, but you know, I tend to like to be on trend and know what people are kind of searching for. So when you type things into the search bar, and actually if you see, I'm just clicking on it here, it already brings up, this is what the current, right now, the current people are looking for right now. And look, there's Thanksgiving decoration. Now you don't have that at all in here, but that could fit in here, Thanksgiving decoration. So just knowing that, hey, right now these are popular search terms, you know, I'm going to kind of get on it if any of these fit for you. Also, outdoor Halloween decorations. So that is another good one. Now you don't have anything like that here. You could even say outdoor fall decorations or outdoor autumn decorations. So let's check. Fall wreath, I know is there, but that is a very general tag. So let's go ahead and see when I click fall wreath. Let's kind of see if you show up. Okay. Okay, I don't see you on the first page. Now, you know, we're looking at a page of almost 39,000 results. And hopefully I didn't miss you. I don't think I did. I'm sorry if you're hearing Moana in the background. My daughter is addicted to Moana, so we've been playing it kind of on repeat. Beautiful wreath there. I don't see there either. So again, showing up for a fall wreath would be amazing. Like that would be a great keyword to strive for, to rank for in the first couple of pages for sure. But it's pretty general, so I don't think I would have that as my first keyword. Now you may say, well, why does it matter? It actually does. Like the first 60 characters of your title really hold the most weight. They are given the most priority, if you will. So let's look for, you have Hello Fall. Hello Fall wreath, there it is. Let's click on it, let's search. Only 426 results, which is a really low search results. But if somebody searched for that, you definitely show up. Now you have an ad here as well. I think these results are too low, so I don't think I would use that either. So let's try to find something kind of in between 426 results and 39,000 results. Now fall wreath for front door. Now we're at 10,000 results. This would be a much better keyword term for you to be found in. So this is probably what I would aim for your first keyword. Yeah, and I don't see yours coming up there either. So that's probably what I would start with, like fall wreath for front door. Then you could do Hello Fall wreath. You could also put autumn in there. I probably would throw in some decor words. You have a lot of wreaths in the beginning. So I may do fall wreath for front door, space dash space, autumn decor, or let's see if they have autumn wreath decor. No. I would probably do fall wreath for front door, autumn decor, or like they have here, autumn decor wreath. You have scarecrow. Scarecrow decoration is good. Scarecrow decoration for outside. Scarecrow wreath. And like as you see here, there's scarecrow wreaths for front door, scarecrow wreath fall, scarecrow wreath hat. So, you know, just double check your keywords wherever, again, you are researching your keywords. And what I like to tell my clients is you want to use a nice mixture of words that describe the item, but also words that describe what it could be used for, and then items that describe what it could be gifted for. So this may be a housewarming gift. This might be a what did it say earlier that we saw in the search? Halloween. Outside Halloween decorations, right? Or no, we saw something else. Thanksgiving, wasn't it Thanksgiving? Let's see, I think it was Thanksgiving. It was Thanksgiving decorations. So you want to do that, a little bit of that too. So, you know, explain that it's fall wreaths, it's autumn wreaths, it's a front door decor, or it's an outdoor wreath decor. You know, explain all of that, your first few keywords, but then also put in, you know, Thanksgiving decor or housewarming gift in there as well. So then you're getting other avenues of traffic, not just people that are specifically searching for a wreath. Rustic wedding decor. You could even put that in. I don't know if that would work for Hello Fall, but you know what I mean? You got a lot of copy here. So I would highly recommend, you know what? Let me go to another. I know we're so long. This is like a crazy long critique. Maybe you'll let me share it with the groups, and everyone else can also get benefit from this. Oh, what was her shop name? It was... I can't think of the shop name. I was going to show an example of some really good copy. Sharon Sprague is a Flourish copywriter, and she does amazing work with Etsy shops. So I really like what she has, because she usually does a really nice little paragraph here that really gets people in the mood for what they're buying. Makes it very attractive. And then she does a little bullet point feature list so that you know the benefits of why you're getting what you're getting. Then she has a little blurb for specs, and then usually some interlinking, like, hey, if you loved this, check out my other fall wreaths here, and interlink to like a section in your shop that offers the fall or other holiday wreaths. And then a thank you. You know, hey, thanks so much for stopping by my shop. You know, I really appreciate it. If you have any questions, please reach out. I'm always here and happy to help, kind of thing. So the reason why I say this is too much, people aren't going to read all of this. And you do not have to copy your title and put it into your description. I know that there are some people out there that say that, and it's just not true. Yes, it's good to throw your keywords that you're using in your title, you know, kind of sprinkled throughout your copy, but you don't need to put it right in the beginning. And you want to make sure also that your tags here match up with the tags you have in your title. That strengthens your SEO. And I think, you know, I think your designs are absolutely gorgeous. You just need to rank. So keep your copy kind of short and sweet. You want to give them all the information that they need, but some of this can be cut way down, and people aren't going to read this. So if it's a little bit smaller, and there's some nice good blocks of text, just kind of a nice snippets, they'll be able to read it, and you're more apt to get the sale then. All right, so I hope this helped. Like I said, I know I went on forever and ever and ever, it seems. But I really do hope it helps. I really feel that your branding is the most important. I think you need to really work on that. Work on your target audience. Create a beautiful branding package. You know, define what your brand means to you. Definitely go down to the About section and fill that up with some nice photos of you and you creating, maybe you with your family. I think that is a good selling point as well. Your pricing needs to definitely be tweaked. It's a little all over the place. You got whole pricing and then 50 cents and then 99, and that's very it's a very uncomfortable feeling within your shop. And your photos really need to be updated as well. So I know you're in Flourish. I highly recommend you go through the training in our website. I know we're going to be switching over very soon to Artisan Indie. Maybe even reach out. Maybe we can get you into the new platform, because it's a bit better organized. And it has more kind of directive instructions on what to do a little bit more clearly than our current website. So, you know, reach out to the Flourish experts. That's what they're there for. They are there to help you. And I know a lot of people, they don't want to bother them, or they don't want, you know, they're more introverted. They don't want to maybe tag. But, you know, the resources and the information and the knowledge that they can share with you really can make a huge difference in your business. You know, but just again, think of it, get in that mindset. Think of it like your own shop and your own physical store, and, you know, make it beautiful and cohesive. And I think that you will do very well, very, very well, and find much success. So if you have any questions, gosh, please reach out. You can send me a message on Facebook, although I get quite a few messages there. If you can't reach me, you can always reach out to my assistant, Heather Jones. And of course, you can send me an email as well. I'm always here and happy to help. I know I do run behind from the demand, but I do try to get back to everyone as quickly as possible. And I really do want to see you succeed. This is definitely your season, and you should have a really nice season if you make some of these tweaks to your shop. So thanks so much, and I will talk to you later. Bye.